Good morning, good morning. Welcome again to the National Federation of the Blind Genesee County chapter. We're back. It's been a while, but guess what? We're here again, and my favorite of all times. Blink them eyes, Felicia.
Blink. Oh, now I blink them eyes, huh? What
Yeah.
about bat them eyes?
I don't know. I
You
think
got to do more motion when you bat them.
is that what it is?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what it is.
And we got somebody here too. He's part of the crew. Is Stephen?
Yeah, Stephen Crouch, folks, welcome once again. So yeah, I'm glad to be here, and yeah, I hope all of you's glad to be here as well.
And we got one other person that says that I don't intimidate her, which really kind of messed me up there because I was showing up striving for it. Not really, though. But anyway, her name is Tiara. She's part of the communication committee that we have with the Federation of the Blind here in Flint.
I'm co-chair, so yeah.
Co-chair?
Yeah.
My chair is pretty warm.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, she's going to be talking a little bit about the gala and some of the other events that we're going to be having. But today we have a special guest. And you know, last year about this time, I think he was on there. His name is Atir. He's part of the STEM program. We're going to have our youth back in Flint again. We're going to be hosting it this year. And he's going to tell us a little bit about the STEM program and what's going to be going on with the kids. Last year, everything went so well. It was nice. Matter of fact, it was so nice they brought it back to Flint, so we're doing it twice. Atir, how you doing this morning?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. I am doing good, and I am very glad to be back on here with you guys.
So tell us what's going on with the STEM program this year.
Well, so like you said, the STEM program and the whole REAL program itself all went so well that we decided that we would bring it back, and not only would we bring it back, but we would bring it right back to Flint because you guys were such wonderful hosts, and you went above and beyond the call of duty that, hey, we decided, why not? It was an amazing city to be in last year, and it's going to be a great city to be back in for this year's REAL program, which also houses the STEM program.
Okay, first of all, let me ask you one question real quick.
Sure.
For those that that's not familiar, what is STEM?
So STEM is a acronym. It stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. And while some of the stuff that we're going to do, will not involve crazy, wild, chemical fires and explosions and things like that, a lot of the things that we are going to do in our STEM program this year can be attributed to, different parts of science. The STEM program for this year the theme is going to be the James Webb Telescope.
Wow.
Last year the kids had a chance to kind of design a space station, and they also shot up space rockets. Something too that I want to add to this is that this program, these are kids for visually impaired and blind kids.
Yes. Only visually impaired and blind kids are allowed to participate. Parents, while we love you, you can watch, but you cannot participate with your children. But you are more than welcome to hang around and observe. But the program itself is, yes, it is for kids. And this year we are also planning on having the older kids take a crack at it the next day. We'll see how that goes.
Explain, what is the age group for the STEM before they get into the REAL? That way they kind of get an idea when you say the young people, because I know it was separated last year. So what is the age group for the STEM?
It's still going to be separated for this year. The STEM age is we're going to still keep it at 8 to 13. So, if you got any kiddos in the like third grade on up to like 7th or 8th grade, we might accept you if your child just turned 14 or something like that. We are definitely open to all of that. But yes, we are willing to accept kids of mostly ages 8 to 14 for this.
Is there a fee?
No, there is no fee, not
It's
for STEM
free?
to You. Yes, so STEM to You itself, the Saturday program, uh, is completely free. The kits are paid for by the National Federation of the Blind.
Yeah.
We are even willing to help fund travel expenses up to a point.
Okay,
If you choose to stay at the hotel for the remainder of the activities for the Real program, which includes the gala, man, I cannot wait for the gala. And you know, a little teaser, we're doing a movie outing on Friday night as well. You know, if you want to stay at the hotel for any of that stuff, you will have to pay for your rooms, of course.
okay.
Can I say something?
You're welcome to say anything.
Well, I was holding my peace for the moment, but look, Athir is being very, very humble. He is excellent at teaching the STEM portion of this program. The REAL stands for raising expectation, accessing life. Okay, but the STEM portion of it, Athir taught, and he is, and I just sat back and watched last year. Oh my God, I wanted to be a student myself, and I'm old as dirt, but I wanted to be a student.
So, so that's something, you had started that before, but I wanted to try to get some more information out to who that was involved with the STEM program. If there was we covered if there's a fee, transportation, you covered that, but let's get back into actually what happens in the STEM program.
So for this year's, I don't want to give too much away. I hope you guys will understand.
Oh, no problem.
But we're going to use some materials to build our own rendering of the James Webb Telescope. And we may build another rocket to launch that telescope into space. And then we are also going to conduct several experiments that will show both tactily, and we're also including via sound this year, things that people might be able to see through the James Webb Telescope. So, you know, for example, with some of the sound stuff that we're going to do, a lot of the colors, I've already started to kind of attribute some sounds to, you know, different colors and things like that. And so we're going to try to put all of that together for some of the different experiments that we are going to run for this year's STEM program. I personally am looking forward to it. This one is a far more exciting STEM program than last year's, though I'm not going to lie. I did enjoy putting half a tablet in a small bottle full of water, half a tablet of Alka-Seltzer in there, and closing it up and just watching that rocket kind of like launch into the air with you know, the whole carbonated thing just you know, puffing it up. So that was definitely fun. And yeah, our all of our students, and I heard from other people in the States, because this is a program that's done nationally, and all of our students loved that part of it. It was their favorite part of it. Was the one part that they wanted to do multiple times.
Right.
You know, I got a lot of positive feedback from your classes from last year and the kids that did show up. You know, we really want to let everybody know. Grab these kids. Let them know that there's something to do here in Flint this summer. Let them know that this is going to be a great learning experience for them, that it's actually hands-on, and you got somebody there that can really teach and instruct them on how to do these things. Athir, you're holding back too much. You got to let them know just how much fun this is going to be, and how you've been working with so many kids.
Oh, that's going to be my plan. And I will not be doing the work alone this year. I am recruiting volunteers, and Felicia, I got my eye on you if you are available.
You know I'm in.
Oh yeah, yeah. So absolutely, yeah. We already have. I'm just gonna tease this out. We already have a couple of people registered for STEM, and so I'm hoping to get more. We're sending it to teachers of the blind and visually impaired. You know, we're sending it to their listservs. We've also got it published in in some major like news outlets, Michigan Department of Education, Low Incidence Outreach. featured an article from us and our flyer in their last news issue. Thank you to them for that. And so that is hopefully going to get the information out there, spread far and wide. And of course, the work that you guys did last year in spreading the information to people was also invaluable. So thank you very much for that.
If I'm not mistaken, Tiara may qualify to be a student for the REAL this year.
Well, then that's great, Tiara. We'll look forward to having you in the REAL program.
I would love to be invited. Thank you.
The fact
Okay,
that
now,
you're starting college.
Oh,
Is there anything else that you might want to tell us about the STEM program?
Come prepared to have fun. Come prepared to get your hands a little dirty. To play around with different things, to feel different tactile representations of certain things like stars and nebulas and moons and things like that. But just come prepared to have fun. Come prepared to do some science.
So what you're saying is the kid's going to have a on-hand experience.
It's 100% hands-on.
Okay, so this way their hands aren't going to be tied. They can actually get out there and learn something and touch and do things that they don't get a normally chance to do with things, right?
Well, I'll tell you this, Leo. If this wasn't a 100% hands-on program for the kids, I would refuse to run it.
We can't have you do that.
So
now, can you talk more about the REAL portion of it?
Absolutely.
The older student?
Yeah, so the REAL portion. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. What does the age start at with the REAL program? And also let us
14 and up for the REAL program. 14 and up.
14. What does REAL stand for?
So REAL stands for Raising Expectations, Accessing Life. And with the PREETS program, it's going to be a mainly career building and centered around like career development program. So there's going to be a lot of different talks. We are bringing back Pat Love's well-received etiquette dinner talk. But this time we're going to actually have an etiquette dinner with that talk. So we are going to look forward to kind of putting that into real-time practice. And then there are also going to be other talks from a lot of other blindness professionals in various fields. Sanho Steele Lachart is going to be there. And he's going to be able to, he is a blind lawyer who does work for the national office for the National Federation of the Blind. And he will be giving several talks as well as being involved in several group projects. Our state affiliate president, Robert Parsons, will also be giving a few talks. Our state board member right there, I'm sure y'all see her, Felicia Bradford. I think she will also be involved in several aspects of this program, including hopefully STEM.
Yeah. The number one student.
And we have several other professionals coming out and doing talks as well. Scott Norris from the Blind and Talking Book Library also expressed interest in doing a talk and potentially leading a group. So a lot of this is going to be about, it's going to be the various talks. We are doing another farmers market challenge this year. And all I can say is this one is with a twist. Okay, so I will not say any more about that.
What is the farmers market challenge?
Interested in one too.
So with the farmers market, we usually send our people on a scavenger hunt to go and get different items. And part of that involves them, going to different places, going to different stalls, asking questions about products and things that are there. And then, reporting back a lot of their findings. And this just kind of gives the PREETS students some experience in, going around places like that, navigating them, working out how to, get from stall to stall or place to place in the market. And then, getting the experience of purchasing the items that they are trying to find.
So with this, part of this real program is actually letting the kids experience real life situations. And that's something that I really noticed about the visually impaired and blind.
Mobility.
With the lack of ability to go out and do normal things, but mainly that's because they've never been taught. A lot of the parents have a tendency to overprotect the kids and the adults. So just as far as going to a store and getting a bottle of pop or a candy bar, it's more like an adventure or a big task. But through this real program, the kids are going to be learning that they can actually do certain things by themselves and find an easy way of doing it. So by this challenge, this scavenger hunt, that's going to teach them life experience, and they won't even realize it. And even when you were talking about the real program, as far as people that's coming in, the different talent, the different job occupations, that's something too that is so important to the visually impaired and blind, because a lot of times we don't realize how productive that we truly are and how intelligent we are. People look at us with a disability, and it took me a long time to understand why whenever I go in a room, I would see somebody with a disability sitting in a corner. But I realize it now because of the way they're treated. But if you
Absolutely.
if you teach them and show us how to do things, hey, we kick butt at anything that we do.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing that I really like about this STEM program and the real program, because the kids and the teenagers and the adults that's accompanying them, all of a sudden they'll see a different side of those children and of their children and other kids. And it's only 2 days, 3 days, which is 3 days.
Yeah, so the real program itself is 3 days. The STEM to You portion for the young ones is 1 day, but as I said, they are also free to attend other activities that will be
Right.
run throughout the
What's
course
the
of the
day?
weekend.
What are the days?
So it is the 21st through the 23rd. It's at Friday, Saturday, Sunday in June.
In June.
Yep. And the STEM portion itself for the kids is on the 22nd, which is that Saturday, from 10 a.m. onwards. But there is breakfast before that at the hotel, as well as a talk just before the STEM program begins.
And this is all a part of it, the breakfast and everything.
Everything, yes. So
Okay.
if you get a room at the hotel, your breakfast is paid for. It's and several several of your actually all of your meals are paid for. There is a cost associated with the real program itself, but if you are if you are with the Bureau of Services for Blind Persons, you can ask your counselor to fund your stay at the hotel, as well as pay your way through the for the real program. So you do have that option if you are affiliated with BSBP and if you have a counselor, because this PREETS program does fall within their guidelines.
Oh, now see, I didn't know that. Did you?
Yes, I knew, but that's because we're older. Okay.
Right.
But now it would be nice for Steve to expound on some of this, because he was actually a
A
student.
refresher, yeah.
Yeah,
He was a student last year.
Oh, wow.
Part of the real program.
Oh, yes, I was. I was an absolute part of that last year, and it was fun.
So what did you do?
Well, last year, it was all about we had lectures of, we had lectures, and probably middle of that Saturday, we went to the Flint Farmers Market, and before that, we had just right before that, we had a talk about businesses versus independent, and independent businesses, and we were assigned the real students were assigned a mentor for the Flint Farmers Market experience, and we went inside of this giant building that and they had a bunch of stalls there, and one of which I went to was Eddie's Veggies, which I gave an interview, to see what their business was like, and what forth, how they employed a individual who was blind or visually impaired and such forth. So those questions were essential and pretty much important to ask them. So all of that, I purchased a couple of things while I was at it too, and it was pretty good. So it was a worthwhile, it was amazing experience. Besides the gala and the bowling experience, it was awesome.
Bowling?
Yeah, bowling. Yeah, we had a bowling thing. We had a bowling tournament on Friday there once we were there too. So after the etiquette dinner last year, we had a bowling tournament. So it was fun.
And see, we have to understand that a lot of these events are out there. We just have to go out. Okay. At the
Yeah.
bowling alley,
Absolutely.
they have railings for blind people.
Yep.
I go bowling all the time.
Yeah. See, so
There's so many things out there that we do that other people think. We've got all type of board games that we use. They're modified.
Yeah.
Connect
Mhm.
Four card games, Uno, you name it, whatever is out there, we can do.
Yeah.
and Aether did a Braille Carnival
Yes.
at the state convention, which was excellent. Oh my goodness. And it had those things. They had a Monopoly game that was altered for the blind. So yeah,
that
it is
sounds good.
definitely out there. We just have to go and find it.
So
I may bring that Monopoly game to
Oh, that
Real
would be
for,
wonderful.
That'll be fun.
So that part of that real program, you're gonna have people there that's talking about jobs.
Yes. And so, I mean, really quickly, this is a lot of what you guys are saying. This is what the National Federation of the Blind does.
Mhm.
We go out there and we make sure that blind people know, hey, you are not just a person who is relegated to a corner. And we tell their parents, hey, allow your blind children to make mistakes just like you would allow your sighted children to make mistakes.
Yeah.
That's the only way that they can learn. So these are some of the things that we do at NFB. It's part of our forte. We encourage blind people to try to think outside the box, to try to do the things that they're passionate about. We have blind people in science. We have blind people in pharmaceuticals. We have blind people everywhere nowadays. There are a lot of jobs that before people were like, no, blind person can't do this. But that is not true. We have been able to find ways to do all kinds of jobs everywhere.
And that is something that is so important. If anybody's out there is going to be looking at this on YouTube, every one of us is visually impaired that's sitting in front of you right now.
Yeah.
And each one of us we're doing things that you would never expect us to do.
Okay, Father Time.
I'm a professional wrestler. They call me Father Time.
That's why he was trying to intimidate me.
yeah.
We were when I first met Tiara, I was kind of messing with her a little bit, and she said I don't easily intimidate. But I found out something. When anybody says that, most likely is they must have felt a little intimidation to mention.
Oh,
it to
no.
They got a little Father Time in there.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is that, we have an ex-police officer here. She still goes out and does things that people say, are you really blind? Steven,
Right.
Yeah.
he did the crim. He's doing things. He's a communication.
Yeah.
He does a lot of activities. If you met him, you wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to meet Tiara, but every one of us came in here by ourselves.
Yeah.
We all got our own transportation here. We made it back here. Now, sometimes we do need help, but once we figure it out, you just get out of our way.
I'll let you in on a little secret, Father Time. Sometimes
again.
sighted people need help too.
I'm sorry, repeat that, please.
I said I'll let you in on a little secret. Sometimes sighted people need help too.
That's true.
I'm glad you said that. We were talking one day. It was one of the guys he had a little vision and the other guy was totally blind. And the one that was blind said, did you see what happened today? And the other guy said, how you gonna say that? You're totally blind. And he said, yeah, but I see a lot more than what you see.
Oh my God.
And that's a good statement because it's not necessarily what you see with your eyes.
Physically.
It's what you see, how people act.
Yeah.
And that's the part.
Absolutely.
And that's a spirit.
And
You know what I'm
and there are a lot of sighted people who are particularly literal with the word see. Like they will throw that at you every time they get like if
Yeah.
you use that as an expression like, hey, you know, I saw this earlier or whatever, they'd be like, how you see that? You can't see. And it's like, you know, hey, it's an expression that everybody uses,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I'm everybody just
I
like
say it all
you.
the time.
It's even like when somebody, you know, my daughter's totally blind and she says, turn the lights on. And they said, why you need lights on? She said, because I like a bright room. You know, it's, you know, and I think a lot of us, and I try to educate people, visual people, when I go in the doctor's offices, when I go on the stores, any place that I go, I let them know because they really don't know how to deal with us. They really don't.
Yeah.
And by programs like this, if we could get more people that's involved, that's visual people, they'll start to learn. This even like these bowling tournaments when we get to we get some sighted people that bowls against us. A lot of times we'll beat them. We had at our picnic last year, Felicia did a scavenger hunt.
Oh, yeah.
She put blindfolds on people, gave them a cane, said, now you got to find these things. They had to walk through a woods. There's an expressway that goes by, and when you're blindfolded, you think the expressway is 2 feet in front of you. But they had a chance to experience what we're going through. They were even talking about doing a beat ball at the picnic this year, where we're going to blindfold the visual, and we're going to see how they do. And
Meatball is so much fun.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is. And, you know, and a lot of these things, I really wish that we could get more visual people involved in this, especially businesses.
Mm.
even if it's just for them to observe how we do things, because people forget we have our other senses that we use to accomplish things, and we're very, very determined. You know, I'm that person that I won't start anything I can't finish.
And I'm thinking too that she was used to ride horse.
Yes,
And
and I'm going to ride again.
and there's a video on, I think it's one of the platforms where she's leading a horse.
I actually led 2 draft horses with a carriage full of blind people.
And when she say these are big horses.
Yeah, they're about
Like the Budweiser.
17, 18 hands, if you know horses.
So these are like the
That's
Budweiser
amazing.
horses.
Yeah.
But that's just a step. And I'm thinking before the end of the year, she's gonna be riding a horse again.
And that was just last month.
So, you know,
yes.
you know, when you would mention the different people that was going to be there, that builds my confidence in that the more we can do to show people what we're capable of doing, it makes it a whole lot better for us.
Yeah.
Could bring out the djembe players.
And speaking of that, we should probably share the Masquerade Gala,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's are you coming to the masquerade? Atir?
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard about this. What is this?
Well, I tell you what now, listen here real quick now. Miss Felicia,
Yes.
would you please tell Atir and everybody else about the masquerade?
Well, Tiara, would you like to help me with this?
Yes, I definitely would.
You want to start it or I can? You go ahead, you start.
Okay, so this year we are doing our annual. This is the second annual. This will be the first one I will be a part of. So, we do a masquerade ball, which is a gala. We do fundraising, and it helps us. We're talking about the blind community. It helps other people. It helps us with funding for us to go to nationals, for us to receive scholarship programs, also to help the community as well, and also to have, you know, we talk about, you know, visually impaired not being able to be out in the community. We have something for us so we can be able to share our experiences and show that we can put on an event just as well as any other sighted person, and we can come out, dress up, look nice, put on our best
Look
dress.
fabulous.
Yes, beautiful.
Oh,
know,
I can't wait. When is
Yes.
this?
We have we also have, you know, we had I believe they said we had we have full entree this year. We have choice between chicken and brisket. We also have full tabletop service that we will be having. Also, you can choose between buying a regular ticket or you can buy a VIP ticket. The VIP ticket gets you a special goodie bag full of things that will definitely be worth your money.
So this is a part of the gala for
Yes, yes.
And you know,
nice.
like last year, what they did was with the etiquette dinner, this taught the kids
Yeah.
how to eat properly,
Yes.
keep the
Okay, so
tea.
that's great. Actually did not know that the theme of the gala this year is going to be a masquerade ball. This is going to be
Yes.
so awesome. Oh man,
Now, the date is June
the 20.
22nd.
Yeah, that's going to be that Saturday. Yep.
It's
Okay.
Saturday. And I don't know if the real students are coming this year, but they were excellent last year. They really
So
I'm going.
embraced
yes,
that etiquette portion of
yes,
it.
they are coming this year.
Okay.
We did arrange for we did speak with the Flint Genesee chapter, Sheila.
Mhm.
And we did talk about the real students coming to the gala.
Wonderful.
We are looking forward to it. I just did not know that this was going to be the theme for it. I'm
Yes,
super
yes.
excited.
Oh.
I actually might spring for a VIP ticket. I want to see
Well,
what y'all are going to
okay.
put in that
Yeah.
goodie bag.
It'll definitely be worth it.
How much are the tickets to the gala?
75 for a regular ticket,
Seven-
100.
Wait a minute now. $75 for a regular ticket?
Yes.
And what do you get with a regular ticket?
You get tabletop,
Food.
you get a full entree, you get a full course meal, you get entertainment. You're gonna have us there, of course. That's gonna be a bonus.
Right,
Um,
All right. And,
um,
and what's the next ticket up?
the next ticket is 100, and that's the VIP ticket. And with that ticket, you will get a special gift bag, which will have, some special goodies. I don't want to give away too much.
right, right.
But it'll be definitely worth the money. We're making sure that we put something really good that
Okay, and we want to incorporate the businesses as well. If you have a team in your business, then you're more than free to purchase an entire table for your team at your business.
yes.
So we're going
I'll
on.
let people know. That's great.
Yes, please spread the word. If you look behind us, of course, I can't see it, but
I can't see either. It's all good.
right. So there is a billboard behind us that says save the date for our Masquerade Gala, June 22nd, 2024. And it'll be at the Flint Institute of Arts in the city of Flint. If you know the Cultural Center area, that whole area is beautiful, and it'll be the perfect atmosphere for a masquerade gala.
Yes.
Well, I have to say, if it's anything like the amazing gala you guys threw last year, I'm looking forward to it. Because last year the entertainment at the gala was phenomenal. There was a certain gentleman who's currently in this podcast right here. He even did a thing for that for last year's gala, and it was phenomenal. He knows who he is.
Father time.
Okie dokie.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Last year's gala, people were overwhelmed. The band was great. I mean, the food, they didn't want to go home. But we told them, it said, you ain't got to go home, but you got to leave here.
You gotta get out.
And you have to understand
But I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. But last year, also, we, the blind community, did do the decorations. We did a lot of the work that usually someone would hire someone to do.
And
we did it ourselves.
And that was something that I really wanted to emphasize that, that's something else. I think they had a balloon arch, they had a backdrop, and all these things were done by blind people.
Centerpieces, the decorations,
all of it
the
done.
tables and the chairs were matching, and
some of them some of them had a little sight, some of them had no sight. But if you walk in, when you walk into that gala this year and you look around, you're not gonna know who did what, who's blind, who's not blind. Because if you're in that room long enough, you get to know where everything is. You go by textures, feels, smells, and everything else. And this is why another reason I think it's so important, where visual people really need to get out with us. And they see how the decorations were and just everything, the whole experience. They will get another idea of what exactly a blind person can do.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just show us and let us go and do what we do and get out of the way.
Yeah.
If you don't, we're gonna run into you.
Yeah.
And that's not intentional neither, because we don't see it. Just get out the way. But it is, like I said, this program, the STEM program, the REAL program, all these things. These are like miniature classes that they teach down in Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
If you can
The
get,
Bureau of Services for Blind Persons.
say it again.
The Bureau of Services for Blind Persons.
And I just left in December. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also, we're also gonna have we're having our annual picnic again this year. That is another thing. We do karaoke. We've got all type of games. We got drawings. we
Tug
had-
of war. Even if we lost last year, that's okay. We're gonna win this year.
yeah, we got
No,
it.
they even brought out the djembe players last year.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had African drum players, and was that you, Steve, that got out there?
Yeah,
Or
I was a part of it, and I have a recording somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I do. I have a recording of.
Oh, cool.
They're gonna have transportation from Flint, Flint to the UAW field.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be there like every hour or so, you can get a bus there. And like I said, all these things are being put on by the blind and visually impaired, by the Genesee County Federation of the Blind chapter. I said that backwards.
And it's the National Federation of the
The na-
Blind, Flint, Genesee chapter.
That's why she's here, because I can't get all them words in. So, we really,
It is a mouthful.
yeah. So, Tia, is there anything else that you might like to say about the programs, or anybody that you want to let us know to look forward to, or just anything you want to say to close it out?
We are looking, like I said, for any sponsorships or anything like that. We're looking for, we're invited. We sent the invitation out to the governor. If this will help us get, push that a little further, it'll help, get connected with the community. Anybody is welcome to this event. It's not just a blind event. It's for everybody to be acquainted. I will say that, and we hope to see, a bigger turnout this year, and so they can help us, help you guys, and help each other. So.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Tia, would you like to say anything else?
Absolutely, yes, and thank you. So programs like the REAL program and the STEM program, they would be nothing without the volunteers that help run these programs. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like volunteers that run these programs, they only get paid with the satisfaction of seeing their students grow and ask questions and become, better versions of themselves. And so if you want to become a volunteer for any of these programs, whether you want to give a talk for the REAL program, or whether you want to be considered to be a STEM to You volunteer, we are happy to have you. We will prioritize blind people first, yes, because we want, blind people to help the blind in these programs as much as possible, but we will also consider sighted volunteers. But yes, if any one of you wants to become a volunteer, you can reach out to members of the Youth and Family Planning Committee, or if you want to become a volunteer for STEM, you can reach out to me directly.
How do they reach out to you?
I was just getting to that. So my email address is my first and last name. So that's ATHERJAMMOA at yahoo.com or at gmail.com. Both of them will find me. I made sure to secure both email addresses. And so, yeah, you can feel free to reach out to me there. If you're interested in becoming a STEM to You volunteer, I will interview you, and then we will also have to conduct a background check. So you have been warned, you will be background checked. So
Okay, one more question. Are we taking registrations this year?
registration is live and open. The flyer is out there for everyone. I do not have a link that I can post to the chat right now, but it has been sent to the Michigan listserv. It has been sent to a few other listservs, and it will be circulating throughout the next few months. We're going to be at several different events. We're going to be at MAER on April 25 and 26th.
What is
I
that?
believe. So MAER is like a Michigan assistive technology kind of thing for blind and visually impaired, for teachers of the blind and visually impaired. And I know that Robert is going to be there, our state affiliate president, and Sheila, the NFB of Flint and Genesee president, is also going to be there for that.
And I believe I'm
Um,
going to be there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I guess Felicia's going to be there too. So they will be passing out flyers, and on those flyers, we do have QR codes that will take you directly to the registration page for this year's Real program. And yeah, we have a few, and then we will also be at Visions in June. And then we will also be at Libraries Without Walls, which is a tech conference in Lansing on May the 9th. So you have plenty of chances to see us in person and to talk about all of these different things that will be going on at the Real program and as a part of the STEM to You program.
So is there a registration fee?
There is no registration fee. There is only the Real program fee, which, like I said, if you have a bureau counselor, can be covered by the bureau counselor themselves, or by BSBP. Like I said, it does. The Real program is within the PREET's guidelines, and so there should be no reason that I can think of that they would not cover it. The fee, if you are planning on attending on your own, the registration fee itself is minimal. The thing that will end up costing you the most would be the hotel stay, if you plan on staying at the hotel for both Friday and Saturday night.
Okay. Well, I like to thank you so much again. Really enjoy talking with you every time, and every time I see you, I enjoy talking with you. So if there's anything else that maybe Steve or Felicia or
Tiara.
Tiara,
Yeah, I like to say something. Stephen would like to say. Well, this podcast has been amazing. It's been a pleasure to hop on here and say a few things. But yeah, I've had a good time thus far. I'm gonna try and make it to the Real program, and it's been a blast, and yeah.
all right. Felicia.
Well, the next time you guys hear from me, I may be riding a horse somewhere. So look out for that. But I'm in this journey for the long haul. It's going to be a wonderful ride. I suggest that everyone get involved. Get involved. We're raising awareness of all of the things that we can do. And we would like everyone to be a part of that. So.
And Tiara.
I'm a newcomer, but so this is really helpful for me and really insightful. And also I'm thinking about joining the Real program to give it a go around, because it sounds like it's a lot of things that it could be beneficial for me. So I really appreciate it. And I thank you for even, volunteering for this program. So we appreciate you.
Absolutely. We'll love to have you.
We really need volunteers. We need people even if they just come out to help every once in a while.
Yeah.
A sponsorship for the programs, anything that you can do, tell somebody, let somebody know about the Federation of the Blind. Let them know that they don't have to sit in the house by themselves. Let them know that there's something on the outside that they can do. Let them know that there's people out there that can encourage you.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Just let somebody know. Tell them about us. Tiara, we thank you so much for everything that you're doing with the Federation and all the programs, the kids. I know there's a ton of kids and people that you've helped over the years, and Robert, Sheila, and there's so many people that's involved with this thing. And so anyway, we're going to say, we'll see you soon in another couple of months. I think we're only doing this 3, maybe 4 times a year now. And it'd be just exciting. The gala, the picnic, the creme, all these things. Keep listening for us, because you're going to hear our names come up all the time. And I know definitely they're talking about doing a documentary about Father Time.
Ooh.
It sounds crazy to me, but I guess it will. When it comes up, I'll let everybody know, and I most definitely let them know that's part of the Federation is what helped me get me there. So like I said again, I thank everyone that listens. If we got a subscribe button or whatever, let us know that you're out there. We want to thank you. They're going to run some numbers and some names, way to get a hold of us. Then we'll have it. I don't see it there now, but there'll be names of his way to get a hold of a tier, way to get hold of the federation. So we'll be looking for you. Again, I say thank you. And you guys have a great day and a blessed one. Bye-bye.
Like and subscribe.
Mhm.